In Public Service to the Arts Awards. And are there previous winners here with us this afternoon? If so, we'd love to see you stand up. Excellence in Public Service to the Arts.
Behind you.
Behind me. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So our awardee today knows he's in great company today. And so, and also we've got Irene Oliver Lewis, who's going to be coming up. It's sponsored and presented by, of course, the extraordinary Irene Oliver Lewis. And this year's award goes to State Senator Jeff Steinborn.
I just want to give a disclaimer on the last award. I don't know if you remember, Jess, that actually the very first group that did the public art at the Dona County Manager's Office was the Court Youth Center. We were the very first ones that did art for you. You probably forgot, but I have a long memory. And we did a whole thing on the history of the courthouse because of Court Junior High, the courthouse, and then art. And you asked us to do it again, but we didn't have the extension of artists like they did in the schools. So I commend you for continuing that for 20 some years. But we actually were your very first artists, the Court Youth Center. I've been around a long time. So, he was born into a distinguished Mesilla Valley family. He appreciates his heritage, but he was and is motivated to create his own legacy. From an early age, he understood the importance of community and the power of creating a quality of life, supporting local culture and heritage, and valuing our natural environment for all peoples in Dona County and the state. He took on projects and topics that other leaders might shy away from: environment, equity issues, arts and cultural significance, and neighborhood preservation. Currently, he is tackling ethics in politics at a time that it is critical to the rule of law at the national and the state level. He has been a leader in two monumental aspects in our community. These alone are substantial accomplishments for any community leader, let alone what he's yet to accomplish. They are the preservation and the protection of our beautiful Organ Mountains and the establishment of a business that will ensure the workforce development in the creative economy through the film industry. The Las Cruces, that's right, the Las Cruces Film Studio. It has been my pleasure to assist him in the creation of the film studio when he invited me about 4 years ago to get involved. Little did I know it would take so much work. I now leave it up to him since it's up. So I am proud to call him a colleague and a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome and honor Jeff Steinborn as the 2018 Dona Arts Public Service to the Arts.
Thank you. You all give it up for Irene Oliver Lewis. Being a public servant in this town, I don't know that there's anybody, there's few people who symbolize the arts as much as Irene and the fabric of Las Cruces, so I'm honored to have her give this award today. Thank you, Irene. You know, it's interesting. I've heard a lot of great speeches today. When they told me I'd be giving an award, they said, keep it at 2 minutes. And I think that's because I'm a politician. I don't know, they want to make sure it's contained. It is an honor to receive this award. Thank you so much to the Dona Arts Council for all that you do and have done for decades, making sure that Dona County had an arts community and a vibrant art community, and that we continue to grow this. As a public servant, I love working on endeavors that are synergistic, that are win-win, that benefit multiple constituencies. And like the Organ Mountain Desert Peaks, that we not only preserved our incredible mountains, but we have seen literally a doubling of tourism in the last 3 years. How about that? Over 100,000 new visitors to visit these places. The film industry, I got to see firsthand as a member of the Taxation and Revenue Committee in Santa Fe in the House of Representatives when we enhanced our film incentive. And I saw these studio operators come up and say, we really need to expand this. I saw businesses, movie stars, and it just lit this gigantic light bulb like, wow, this is a major industry in this state. How come we don't really have it in Dona County? And I realized that we, of course, have all the DNA here to make great movies, right? And before I go further, I want to acknowledge some of the people I brought with me today, starting with the gentleman holding the camera, who was really the one who pushed me for years prior to helping to start Film Las Cruces. And that's one of our most famous local actors and producers, Mark Vasconcelos. I'm joined by another name who, whether you realize it or not, is a Las Crucean, and you see her name roll on the credits on some of the biggest movies in the theaters today. That's another really good friend of mine and fellow redhead and professional film hairstylist, and that's Pepper Gallegos, who's back there. Makeup artist, I apologize. She will do hair too. And Mark and Pepper are both board members. And in addition, of course, my very good friend who nominated me for this, who helped start this organization, who's the treasurer of Film Las Cruces, who really, you know, he's the man. I call him the Dick Clark of Las Cruces, and that's Russ Smith. Give it up for Russ. And then, of course, I brought my good friend, Trent, who's been a great friend for years, who's here today as well. Y'all, I just want to give you some good news. The film industry in Las Cruces, this is a $500 million industry in the state of New Mexico. When the state of New Mexico created a film incentive in 2002, we literally were bringing in $2 to $4 million a year in the film industry. We maybe had 100 or 200 people who worked as professional crew members in the state. We have just set the third year record in a row of a jump of over $100 million with a total of $505 million that the film industry is bringing into the state of New Mexico, employing thousands of people. The state has a $50 million a year film incentive to give to productions that come and film here in the state. So this is the big target we are trying to attract here in the state. And through our film office, which we have opened, Film Las Cruces, we are the official film economic development entity for the city. We are finally getting into the conversation of bringing more films, and I'm proud to tell you that as we speak, we have 6 different productions that are about to start shooting here in Las Cruces. Independent films and some major feature films. And of course, the film industry is very discreet, so I can't talk to you about too much of the details, but several of the local independent films, I say local, they're from the state and beyond, are about to start production. We have 1 employee, and we are in the 3rd year of our MOU with the city. I want to thank the community college because they put up the money for us to be able to rent a former Coca-Cola bottling plant as a film studio here in Las Cruces. So we are doing great. We're feeling those growing pains. We're certainly looking for additional support and funding, hopefully from our county government, continued support from the city. And if we want to create these jobs, understand that the film offices we're competing with in Santa Fe and Albuquerque have a budget 3 times our size. So if you want this form of economic development, we want to keep people here, we want to support people like Pepper and Mark and lots of others. We all need to pull in together. So with that, thank you again so much for this award on behalf of all the filmmakers here in the community, and we're really proud to work on it for you all. Thank you again so much. Thank you.
That's why I did mine less than a minute. You told me a minute and I did it.